Hello and welcome to the McNeil Voice Studio podcast. My name is Maria McNeil Phelps and my guest today, I'm not sure which side she's going to be on, Audrey Flegel, actress and a multiple hat wearing person. Check her out. Check out the podcast we just had. It was great. And now we're going to get into silly time. So I guess, well, the first question isn't all that silly, but it is, what is the one common myth about your profession or field that you want to debunk?
Oh, I love this question. I think for me, if I had to pick one, it's the idea that like you can never leave whatever city you're in, right? If you're in Atlanta, if you're in Chicago, if you're whatever you are doing the thing, it's sort of like you can't ever go on vacation. You'll miss out on an audition. You'll miss out. And I think that's just coming from this fear-based place of like, oh no, I can't like be a human and live life because I'm afraid. And you know what? Something like, yeah. Maybe I didn't go to that one audition, but when I'm like, sorry, this gets morbid, but like when I'm on my deathbed, I'm going to be like, oh, am I bummed? I missed that one call for that one thing that I got to go like spend time with my family that I loved. And that's what I remember. Because also and people are like, well, what if it's the one that made it? Well, we'll never know. Right. Because like, sure. Could it have been the giant? Sure. I don't know, but I can't live like that because then you will never like see your loved ones. You will never go do something for you. You will never get out of the place you live. And so just please don't live like that. That's just not how it works. If one thing didn't happen, something else is coming down the road. And then the thing on that too is that like the idea that if you're not like a starving artist, you don't want it enough, or like you're not committed enough. And I think that's BS.
She said it. Okay, sillier one. If you could compare yourself to an animal, what would it be and why? Sorry.
Maybe because I love them so much, but I would be a cat.
Oh,
be a cat because they're really independent and they're really like, I'm not in the mood to be social, but then sometimes they really are, and they're cuddly. Sometimes like.
That's a good one. I love cats. They're amazing. Okay, who are the top 3 people who inspire you?
Ooh, I took this one kind of away from career and just went to personal. My mom, because she's just the sweetest saint. And like I said, if you listen to the full podcast, that was like, I was so scared to go to New York, and she was on that was like, oh my gosh, go, we'll drive you, It's like, go, get out of the nest. So she kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone. And then my best friend Alyssa is someone who is, I'm not going to give details, but like, has just gone through a lot of like, with just some family, like health issues and just a lot of like hardships. And recently, and we had a phone call, and she came at, after she was kind of catching me up on what was happening. And I was like, oh my God, are you okay? And she just went, I've really just learned that I am the strongest person that I know, and I was like, you're the strongest person I know. Right. Like she was like, I discovered how brave and strong I am. And I was like, hell yes. So I think even her coming out of like hardships, not to dismiss like the hardness of it, but she was also able to be like, damn, I'm impressed with myself. It's like, I really came through that, and give herself credit for it. And then the last thing, I think it's kind of like just a mix of many friends. I think different people inspire me in different ways. Some people inspire me in like their work ethic and how they, persevere. And other people inspire me in their ability to like chillax and relax and get out, and I'm like, oh, I need to do that myself. So I think it's sort of like a mix of just different aspects of people remind me of things, which is inspiring to me.
I like that. Well, I just picked those. Okay, so I asked this to like everyone. What was your craziest performance story?
I really tried to think about this one. I don't have, that makes me automatically think of like theater.
I know.
I'm like, did anything crazy happen where like a prop broke or like something like a wall fell or something like in it? And I don't have like a crazy.
That's good. Knock on wood.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is like, what I used to do this thing in Chicago called the Backroom Shakespeare Project. It's back room, not bathroom Shakespeare Project. They're still going in Chicago. They do one in New York. I did it for a while in LA, but I kind of passed it on. Where it's basically one rehearsal, no director, Shakespeare in a bar. So
Wow.
it's like everyone does their role, like preps on their own, and then you kind of come and like throw the show at each other and see what, and so it's very like on your toes, and even the audience is like, what's happening? Because it's not like perfectly coiffed rehearsal. It's just like, boom, here's a choice. Oh my God, okay, I'm reacting to that. Here's my choice. So it's crazy and really fun. Yeah.
What fictional character do you identify with the most and why?
This was hard for me. Um, I would have to say, Amy from Veep,
Okay.
but it's like, or maybe like a mix of like, just because your brain, you think fictional, I instantly go to Harry Potter, and I wasn't a huge fan. But like maybe a little bit of Hermione. There's like a type A pattern coming out
Okay.
here. And also a little bit of Elaine from Seinfeld, because I have this it's this kind of like teasing spirit with my friends. So yeah, maybe there's three women.
Okay, if you had to pick 3 songs that describe your work ethic, what would they be? I'll be happy with just like one.
I
That's
I
fine.
have no I don't I feel terribly like well, I know you're like a voice, it's like a
Oh,
vocal
don't
teacher,
worry about
I
that.
don't listen to music, Maria. Like I listen to podcasts.
That's
I
great.
mean, I listen to some music, but like I couldn't tell you and like one that has to do with work ethic, I don't know. I
I
don't
thought that
know.
was a crazy question. I was like, it'll be interesting to see who answers that.
It's a great question. And if I was someone
But
that like really immersed in like music, I'd probably have songs. But I was like, I don't know.
what advice? Okay, so serious.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I feel like I gotta switch note. What advice have you gotten that has always stuck with you?
Mm. Um, I'll try to make this short. So I have 3 that are real short. One is you are enough. 2 is fuck it. Um, and then 3, it's more of a little story where this was at the school at Steppenwolf, and you get a scenes and assignments, and I came in and like, I don't know, Monday or whatever for class, and I came in and, I'd had a busy weekend, and I just like didn't put the hours, and I just, I was like, well, I'm busy. I need to do this instead. And I came in and I was like, hey, to my teacher, I was like, hey, sorry, I'm not really off book, or I didn't get a lot of time with it. And she just looked at me, not meanly, but she was like, when did you get the scene? And I was like, Thursday. And she was like, and today's Monday? And I was like, yes. She's like, so you've had 5 days? And I said, yes. She goes, okay. And I was like, ooh. And it was just this, it wasn't like straight advice, but I was like, she's not wrong. She's not wrong. And and I think that's helped us career wise of like, it's less, yes, life happens, but like we can't operate like 90% of the time that way. That needs to be like the little 10% of the time. The other time is just like, oh, I've had 5 days. Then I should walk in really prepared, because that's what this career requires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. And thank you, Patreon people, for your support. And I'll see you next month. Bye.
Bye.